Girl, do you know what show I'm on?
We sure do. We're talking boundaries, mom life, aging, and more with Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, Garcelle Beauvais. And we've got the stories that define the week on People in 10. I'm Garcelle Beauvais, bringing you everything you need to know about pop culture right now. 10 minutes are on the clock, so let's get to it with the first 5, starting with the legal blindside.
Are you going to protect the family, Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
The family that inspired 2009's The Blind Side is speaking out amid claims that they lied to retired NFL star Michael Oher and made millions off his name.
Michael alleges that Leanne and Sean Tuohy told him that there was no difference between being adopted and entering into a conservatorship. This happened in 2004 when he was 18.
And now Oher wants out.
He filed to terminate the conservatorship this week, which he said allowed the Tuohys and their 2 children by birth to pocket over $200,000 each from The Blind Side,
plus a percentage of the film's earnings, but the Tuohys see it differently.
Sean called the allegations insulting, while their son Sean Jr. said he understands why Michael's mad, but denied making millions off the story.
The family's attorney also claims that Oher threatened them with a so-called $15 million shakedown before filing the petition.
And the lawyer alleges that Michael has attempted to run this play several times before.
Oher also issued a statement to People saying he's disheartened by the revelation shared in the lawsuit, but that he'll let the lawsuit speak for itself. Next up, a star-studded engagement.
Will you marry him?
After 4 years of dating, Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott are ready to say I do.
It was meant to be.
The Property brother popped the question on a family trip to Scotland, and Zoe's 2 kids even played a role in the special moment. So sweet, and surprise, Ashley Olsen's house just got fuller as she and her husband, Louis Eisner, welcomed their first child.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy whom they named Otto. Things are heating up between Harry Styles and Taylor Russell. The pair was spotted cozying up after a performance of the actress's London play, which Harry attended with his pal, James Corden.
It's actually the most excited, artistically, I've ever seen her.
And Ashley Graham is celebrating 13 years married to her husband, Justin Irvin. The couple jetted off to Italy to celebrate, and Ashley marked the occasion with a nod to a beloved rom-com.
I'm not 13 anymore.
Some of our favorite stars are stepping out in big ways this week. Jimmy Fallon unleashed his inner rock star, surprising the crowd at the New York City Jonas Brothers concert when he performed the Killers' classic, Mr. Brightside. A source tells us he did it with no rehearsal, and Jimmy wasn't the only one supporting the Joe Bros. Sophie Turner was also in the Big Apple to cheer on her hubby.
Dancing on top of cars and stumbling out of bars. I follow you through the dark, can't get enough.
Later, she made sure to wish her man a happy birthday with an adorable mirror selfie. Meanwhile, the band invited their Instagram followers to send the new 34-year-old some B-Day wishes, and Joe himself readily obliged. Hey, self-love is important. Meanwhile, Halle Berry celebrated her 57th birthday with her daughter Nala by her side. The celebrations went on into the night, so festive, and we spotted her boyfriend, Van Hunt, showing her some love and showing off her silly side. Sister Wives returns for its 18th season on Sunday, and everything has changed.
I'm in this bad place with Janelle, and Christine's gone. Don't even know what to do with Mary.
In our People cover story, we're learning what went wrong.
I went in with such these ideas about how idyllic plural marriage was gonna be, and it was really hard. You stay
I'm
and
done
talk.
listening to you.
Okay, so we're done.
Goodbye.
You.
There was a lot of jealousy. I had more emotional needs that weren't being met for me.
But I just have no interest in ever trying plural marriage again for many reasons.
I feel like we've failed, and now I don't know what my future is.
But not everyone shares Robin's sentiment.
I'm excited for this next chapter.
Girl, there's a whole huge freaking world out there that we knew nothing about.
There's a lot of things that are still unknown, and that's okay.
Yes, we're all moving forward. We're all seeking happiness, and we will all find it.
Princess Kate is going viral again, this time for her subtle mastery of royal protocol.
Kate wasn't raised in aristocracy, but she's become a total pro at royal etiquette and behavior.
A video from 2022 is trending on TikTok from when Kate joined Princess Anne, Queen Elizabeth's only daughter, for their first joint outing.
They arrive together in the same car, but we see Kate pause as she gets out to let Anne lead the way. Kate then keeps a step or two behind, letting Anne greet their hosts first.
You might be wondering, why wouldn't Princess Kate, as the future queen, get to go first?
While Kate does outrank blood members of the royal family, there's a catch. This only applies when she's with her husband, Prince William, not when she's alone.
So there you have it. And don't worry, following these royal rules to a T doesn't mean Kate can't have a little fun too.
According to reports, the princess secretly attended a music festival near her country home last weekend after enjoying a dinner with friends.
Something tells us she didn't channel this 2008 look for the fest, but we'd be all for it if she did. Now, let's move on to some screen time. I'm so excited today to be joined by Garcelle Beauvais, model, actress, television host, and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills extraordinaire. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. For question number 1, you'll give me 1 answer. Question number 2, you'll give me 2 answers, and so on and so forth. Are you ready to get started?
I am.
Let's do this. You're teaming up with GSK to advocate and empower people over 50 to thrive. And I gotta say, I can't believe that you yourself are in your 50s. It seems like your life and career is as busy as ever. What is the one thing that happened to you in your 50s that you weren't expecting?
That the pounds don't fall off like they used to. It's so funny how life works, because when I was younger, I had a cousin who was very curvy, like Thelma in Good Times. And she would get all the attention, and I was like a stick. So I would eat and I would lay down and go, spread, spread. And now I'm like, come off. I'm in my 50s. I was really nervous about shingles. I had heard about it, but I didn't know much until I walked into my pharmacy and I asked the question. I said, how important is it to get the shingles vaccination, or can you tell me more about shingles? And she looked at me and she said, it is the most important vaccination you can get. And the way she said it to me just resonated with me, that when I got back in the car, I called like 3 of my girlfriends who are in their 50s immediately. And I was like, guys, and they're always like, Garcelle, what are you up to now? And I'm like, because they always say with me, you miss a day, you miss a year, because so much happens. And I was like, no, we all have to do this. And it's really important. So working with GSK and then, Thrive at 50 plus just makes a lot of sense for me.
For me, boundaries have always been a huge part of me protecting my mental health. Since you work in media, what are 2 ways that you help to maintain your boundaries?
Girl, do you know what show I'm on?
You.
I can't believe I'm in my 50s and I'm learning boundaries. Even a smallest thing, that if I know someone's calling me and what they're going to tell me is going to ruin my night and I'm about to go to sleep, I'll go, you know what? It can wait till the morning, and I think that goes back to taking care of yourself and being healthy and saying, you know what, that doesn't work for me, so I need to really look out for myself.
Health is always evolving throughout our whole lives. What are 3 easy ways that people can update their health care when they hit 50?
I would say is really paying attention to your body. We're all so busy that we're always running around thinking, especially if you're a mom, you're thinking about everybody else but you. It's really checking in with yourself and making sure that, you know what to expect. Your immune system weakens as we get older. You want to talk to your doctor, you want to talk to your pharmacist. And it's really important. Somebody said to me that going to your doctor and having questions already so that you can ask, because you forget. And I think that's one of the most important things too. Advocating for yourself. Yeah.
Now, Garcelle, I know that your beautiful family is very important to you, which makes taking care of yourself that much more of a priority. So, what are 4 things you're currently teaching your kids and grandkids about health, wellness, and thriving?
Okay, so when it comes to thriving, is really trying to be the best you can be. Whenever my kids are getting out of the car at school, I always say, be the best you can be. Right? And they're like, they roll their eyes and they close the door. But I know it's getting in there, because things that I've said to them in the past that I go, oh, you were listening. So for me, it's really taking care of yourself, boundaries, listening to your body. I think that's really important. And it's interesting because my grandson, talking about him, I've never seen a kid do this. And I've raised, 3 young men. He goes, I'm tired. And he'll go upstairs and he'll go to bed. And I'm like, who does that? Like normally it's like you got to read them, you got to tell them stories. My son Jax would always ask a really important question before he goes to bed so he can, stretch it out. But Oliver Jr. goes, I'm tired, and he goes to bed. And I'm like, that's amazing. He's already listening to his body and taking care of himself.
And finally, can you give us 5 words to describe what it's like being Garcelle in your 50s?
I would say thriving. I would say healthy. I would also say tired. Hopefully aspirational to someone. You know, if I can do it, so can you. And I would say aware.
Garcelle, thank you so much for joining me today. Now everyone be sure to check out her partnership with GSK and Thrive at 50+. All right, time's up. See you back here next Thursday.